Fired up this Monday morning. A little bit of inspiration for you, a little bit of motivation to get you going this first Monday of 2026. Set you on your path, get you ready to rock and roll. Like I said, I know some of us pushed ourselves out of our comfort zone this weekend. Some of us chose to have this weekend to be intentional about getting to the life that we don't need a break from. Some of us, today starts your new year, right? Some of us took the weekend to have the weekend be the weekend things, but now we're officially in 2026 starting this Monday. People are back to work, people are back to school, and sometimes that's the way our brain works. But how about getting a little excited, getting a little fired up, getting a little inspired about the life that you get a chance to create? Every day is another opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Every day is another opportunity to get one step closer to our goals, one step closer to our dreams, one step closer to the man or woman God called us to be. Another opportunity to change. I wrote that down. Every day is a new opportunity to change something about you, to change a way of thinking, to change an old belief, to change a routine, to change a habit. Every day is a new opportunity to change, that we can go off and change something. So what are you changing today? Remember, if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. If you're not going to change it, you're choosing it. So what are you choosing today? And what are you changing today? Is there a part of some stinking thinking that we got to change today? We got to take it out today. We got to unlearn it today. Is there something in your schedule that you have to change today? Not, again, we're waiting until next week, or we were waiting until the new year hit, or we were waiting until this time. Well, it's here. 5 days into 2026, the new year's here. What are we changing? What are we changing to get to the life that we don't need a break from? Your habits determine your destiny. Remember that. Your habits determine your destiny. That's an important thing to write down. We are a product of our habits. Our habits are what will determine how far you go, how you choose to run this race. So what habits might we need to change? We talked about this at the end of last year. How you ended last year was how you're going to start this year. So what habits have we started to change? What things have we started to implement already to give us a head start for 2026? Your habits determine your destiny. Can't have a comeback without a setback. You can't have a comeback without a setback. What does that mean? That means that the setbacks are going to happen. Don't wish them away. Some of us just this weekend had a setback, had something happen to us. That's okay. Life is happening for you, not to you. You can't have a comeback without a setback. So don't wish it away. Know that the adversity is going to come. Know that the challenges are going to come. Know that that's what this life brings. It's not just going to be smooth sailing to the top. Hills and valleys, hills and valleys. So when the valley comes, when the adversity comes, when the season where you have to be a little bit more mentally tough comes, how are you going through that? Do you see it? Are you focused on the comeback, or are you focused on the setback? Because what you focus on, you're going to get more of. So are you focused on what's up ahead? Are you focused on what happens when you overcome that trial? What happens when you overcome that adversity? What happens when you get back on top of things? Is that how you're looking at it? Or are we only looking at the downside of things? My encouragement to you is to shift that perspective, ladies and gentlemen, so you're thinking about that comeback and not the setback. Refuse to quit. Refuse to quit. Whatever it is you're going after. I'm not sure what you're going after. I'm not sure what is pulling your heartstrings. I'm not sure what you're waking up every day excited to go do, but whatever that is, don't quit. It's going to get hard before it gets easier. I promise. That's the way it goes. It's going to get harder before it gets easier. It's going to be tougher before it gets easier. But don't quit. Keep going. Keep fighting. This is just your life. It's just your life. It's just your goals. It's just your dreams. It's just your legacy on the line. It's just your family. It's just your kids. It's just your grandchildren. It's just your parents counting on you, right? It's just your life. But that's why we got to continue to get focused and get after this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Not everyone gets a chance to design the life they don't need a break from, but we get a chance to. I'm grateful for that every day that we get another shot to do this thing. We just got to be intentional about it. Refuse to quit. Refuse to quit. No more using that word, I'm trying. We're switching that language to saying that we will. We're not trying anymore. We're getting it done. 2026 is a year of execution. It's a year of you getting it done. It's not a year of you thinking about it and trying this and trying that, and I'll try to be happy and I'll try to start that business. No, no, no. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done this year. But that has to be your mindset. This has to be a way of thinking for you. This has to be a way of thinking, not just when you hear me an hour and a half a week, but when you are in your quiet time by yourself, when you are maneuvering through life, after you get off the call at 3 o'clock today, at 6 o'clock today, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, is this how you think? That you're getting it done, that you're not trying anymore, you're going to make this thing happen? Do you believe that it's possible? Do you have your vision, your goals, all those things written down? This is how we get focused, ladies and gentlemen. In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class, number 126 says, champions are bold and daring visionaries. He said that word bold in there, and that really stood out. Man, how much boldness are we using in our life? How much boldness are we exhibiting in our life? How bold are you? How bold are you on a daily basis, on a day-to-day basis? How much are you showing up in life, presenting yourself with boldness? It's a practice. It's a habit. It's something that we build towards. If you're not used to showing up boldly, if you're not used to showing up in that way, having lots of courage, standing out, playing offense, this is the year to work on it. This is how we get there. All of these qualities. It doesn't take a lot to be successful. It's the small things. But are we practicing the small things? In the text, here's what it says. It says, one of the most important habits of the great ones is the creation, nurturing, and ongoing psychological evolution of their life's vision. Generally speaking, the middle-class consciousness is more involved in assisting world-class performers in achieving their vision. Amateur performers, there we go. Amateur performers are aware of what vision is, but don't believe in the concept or themselves enough to create and manifest their own visions. The middle-class consciousness needs the emotional support of other people to make their vision a reality. This is where the world-class breaks away from the pack. The world-class consciousness is so powerful, it needs little, if any, outside support to maintain motivation and direction towards its vision. The great ones have the confidence and clarity to go it alone if necessary. That said, professional performers are the first group to build mentor and support teams. The difference lies in their mental strength and laser-like focus on their purpose and mission in life. Vision to amateurs is a company's statement on the first page of its annual report. Vision to pros is a clearly written 10 to 20 page double-spaced document they see as their personal declaration of independence. It's the result of years of soul searching and self-discovery. It's the reason they're doing everything they do. They read it every day and think about it all the time. All the great philosophers of the last 2,000 years have agreed on at least one thing. We become what we think about. Say that again. We become what we think about. Champions know this, so they think about their vision all the time. This is the primary reason for their psychological separation between the good and the great. Good performers turn off their vision when it's quitting time. Great performers never stop thinking about it. As a result, when the good and the great go head to head, it's a mismatch from the start. The great ones create their vision, and then their vision creates them. Where is your vision? And have you been working on your vision? Do you have it written down? I've been talking about it since last year. Here's mine, my master plan to energize and focus. There it is, 20 pages plus, all written down. My top 10 reasons why, my spiritual plan, my personal plan, my financial plan, my health plan, my business goals. It's all written down right there. It's done. Where's yours? Do you have it written down? Are you getting it into your subconscious mind? Do you know exactly where you're headed? The only way we get there is if we know where we're going, if we have it written down. This way, when the enemy comes in March, when the enemy comes in June to knock you off track, when you get the sickness, when the family member starts going crazy, when the finances are up going all wild, when something's happening in the economy, when the government's at war, whatever is happening in 4 months from now that knocks you off track, that stops you from thinking about your goals, that sidelines you and has you thinking about other things and distracts you, do you have a place to write it down and read it back to yourself and be like, no, this is what I was focused on. This is my vision. I know what's coming to distract me. That's fine, but this is what I'm focused on. This is where we're headed. This is how we get to the life we don't need a break from. My encouragement to you guys always is to write this stuff down. Our brains are not meant for storage. They're meant for creativity. Our brains are not meant for storage. You're not meant to hold these things in your brain all the time. You need mental clarity. We get clarity by getting clear, by getting the stuff out. Sometimes we have to come back to it and be like, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking about. You know how easy it is to lose a thought, how easy it is for a thought to just go, just to be fleeting somewhere else. So what brings you back, right? What brings you back? What gives you the opportunity to say, hey, you know what? This is what I'm looking at. This is what I want to pay attention to. This is where my focus goes. It's important. It doesn't take a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't take a lot to be successful, but it's the small things. Life is a game of millimeters. It's just switching little things here and there. You're not far off. It's just we need to tweak some things. We need to tweak some things. Having this be top of mind, having your vision be top of mind is crucial to get into the life that you want. It's crucial. This becomes a habit. Remember, we just said habits determine your destiny. So do you have a habit of creating and nurturing your vision? Is that a habit for you? Or is it just at the beginning of the year when we start having these conversations? I want this to be a habit. I want this to be something that shows up in your life consistently over and over again. Why? Because most people don't do this. Most of your friends, family, the people that are around you, the people, unless they're pulling you up and they're on the same wavelength as you, they're not writing out their vision. They're not writing out their goals. They're not writing out their plans of what this life looks like. So you have to. You have to make sure you're spending time with yourself to at least know what your vision is, to at least know what your expectations are in your health life. At least know what your expectations are in your relationships. What boundaries have you set? Are you creating? Why? Because you know the man or woman that you want to be. So you know what you will accept and what you won't accept. How bold and daring are your visions? This is crucial, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting off the beginning of the year again. We already had one right on Friday, but now we had the weekend go by. Now we're in. Most people are locked in, right? It's January 5th. It's the first Monday. People back to work, back to school. How locked in are you on your vision? How locked in are you on your vision? I mean, I see your question. Do I have any type of format? I don't have it formally written out, but shoot me an email or shoot me a message. I'll get you something, right, to make sure we can lay this out. But at the end of the day, I got this from one of my billionaire mentors, and he would always say, right, writing this thing out, the thing that got him to become a billionaire was that he was just more focused than other people. He was more focused for longer with other people, than other people. And he said what he did was just write it out. He wrote out these 10 reasons why he's doing any of this stuff. He wrote down his personal plan, his health plan, his spiritual plan, his business plan, things that he needed to remember, that when life got crazy, when life gets chaotic, when things start pulling you left and right, you have something that brings you back to focus and provides you energy. You know how sometimes after your New Year's resolution, your plan, sometimes it gets a little stale. You get halfway in, you're like, I don't even want that anymore. Or like, man, I missed that. I was going to do this by March and now it's July. So like now I can't read it. You have to constantly maintain it, but it should always give you energy. It should be something that you focus on that excites you. That's the life that you're heading after. And the more that we can collectively get good at this, understand exactly where we're going, the more likely we are to get there. The more likely we are to get there. This quote here says, "Vision, it reaches beyond the thing that is into the conception of what can be. Imagination gives you the picture. Vision gives you the impulse to make the picture your own." That's what we got to do, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't done it already, make the picture your own. The action step for today says, make a commitment to create the ultimate vision for your life in the next 30 days. Use these 8 components as a guide: business and career, family and friends, money and finances, recreation and fun, health and exercise, your diet, your faith, your spiritual life, your social life, personal development, the areas you want to continue to grow. It says you can write these visions as independent components or include all of them in one long vision. Use as much detail as possible. Y'all, this is you getting into what I told you last year was, hey, set some time aside before life starts getting crazy again. Take some time with yourself, cut out the noise, get quiet, figure out some of these things for yourself. What do you want? Not what does your mom want for you? What does your spouse want for you? What do you think you want? Like, because the world tells you you want it. No. What do you want in these areas? And writing that stuff down and why you want these things. Really tap into you. Most people don't know what they want. The moment you start to realize exactly what you want, it unlocks something in you. Because now you can focus more. Now you're in alignment more. That's my word of the year is alignment. We're going to be in alignment in all these areas. We're going to be aligned in our finances, aligned in our business life, aligned in our spiritual life, aligned in our relationships. It's an alignment. That's what I want for all of you. Remember to never quit. Remember that your habits determine your destiny, and we have to be intentional about going after the life that we say that we want, ladies and gentlemen. You can do it. It's possible. You got to know what you want, though, first. All right. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. If nobody tells you, I'll constantly remind you. You got to go out and you got to do the work. You got to write it down. You got to look at it. And then you got to go off and be intentional about making it happen. All right, y'all. I'll see you back here on Wednesday. Go do something that scares you today and tomorrow. And let's get back here on Wednesday. Love you guys. Take care.